Welcome, Brandon. I am super, super excited to have you here with us today. Before we get started, let's tell the audience a little bit about yourself and your company, Seamless AI, and walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, Carol, thank you so much for having me on the show. Super excited to be here. Brandon Bornancin, I'm CEO and founder of Seamless.ai. We find emails and cell phones for anyone in the world, and we're on a mission to help the world connect opportunity and positively impact billions. When I was selling for Google, it just blew my mind that people, couldn't easily call or connect with anyone in the world that they wanted to connect with. Google, they make it so easy to find information that you need to find on any topic out there on the web. And I'm like, why isn't there something like that for contacts? And then you've got your social networks like LinkedIn, Facebook, you name it, but you have to connect, you have to add a friend, you name it. And I'm like, why isn't there just one button where I could get the email, phone number, and insights for these people that I want to build relationships with that could change my life, or I could change their life forever for the better. So we built the platform Seamless.ai, and also love writing. 3-time sales author, just wrote Whatever It Takes, which is a big book on mindset, master the habits to transform your business, relationship, and life. And then prior to that, sold for multiple companies, hundreds of millions in sales, and then started a few companies. One was a massive success, one was a failure. Came from growing up in the ghetto of Cleveland to from nothing to something, and crazy stuff along the way, which I know you've got a heck of a journey as well.
Right, cool. Well, I'm from Chicago area and I'm currently in Seattle, but doing research for this project, I came across your book and read it.
Thank you.
Absolutely freaking love this book. This is a book that I feel every entrepreneur should definitely have in their library. It's kind of like a Bible for entrepreneurs. It has all of the goodness in it. And I have many, many highlights and writings in it, and I just can't say enough about this book.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. That's why I did it. Not a lot of people know, but the mayor or the Governor DeWine, shut down the state of Ohio, where I'm at. Our company's in Ohio and Florida and all over the US because we've been remote on and off forever since we launched. And when the governor shut down the state, I wrote this book in 22 days. And I wrote it for my employees at Seamless. And I'm like, guys, I ran a company during the financial home crisis in 2007, 8, 9, and it was terrible. And we went bankrupt because we didn't have the principles and the habits to maximize our success. And then, through my experience in sales and my experience as an entrepreneur throughout 2 decades, I was like, I want to put everything that I learned that I would love to know during one of the worst economic crises of our time, and just different secrets, different habits, different strategies, different principles, different mental beliefs that you need to leverage to be successful no matter what. Doesn't matter about your background, doesn't matter about your experience, doesn't matter about where you came from. Whatever it takes will give you everything that you need to go from where you're at today to where you need to go in the future to transform your life in business, in relationships, professionally, personally, spiritually, mentally, health, you name it. So I'm glad it's had a big impact on me.
Awesome. So let's break it down a little bit. Let's talk about the mindset of being an entrepreneur and being a CEO of your own company. What do you feel are maybe like the top 3 mental mindsets that you need to adapt to? 4?
There's 4.
Okay.
So number 1 is being positive. Like, this sounds so simple, right? But being positive about everything in your life is, and using them as like learning opportunities and things that help to make you who you are. If you're positive, you're never really going to play the victim game.
Right.
And like, victims quit, victims are losers, victims never assume responsibility for anything that happens to them, whether it was their fault or not. Like, I just don't believe in the victim game. Like use everything that happens to you, be positive about it, and use it as learnings to improve and optimize and fail forward or get to where you want to go and transform your life. So I think number one is being positive about everything that happens to you in your life. Number two, like you exuded this, Carol, is being coachable. Like you're on the hunt to maximize your mental toughness in your mental coaching and consulting. Like being coachable is, how can I get all of the books, the masterminds, the courses, the coaches? How can I listen to every podcast, every blog, and learn from as many people as possible to get to where I want to go?
Yeah.
I ran a company so my first company when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, did $12 million in sales. I was the richest kid in college. But the problem was I had all this success at a very young age where then I got uncoachable and I got egotistical. And I didn't listen to anyone's advice. I thought I had all the answers. Well, then that company, online gambling, shuts down. So I just had all this money and I started this second company called InMobile, text message marketing on flip phones. I invest $4 million into text message marketing on flip phones. That was in 2007, 2008, 2009. Everyone told me to just go all in on sales, go all in on product marketing. Don't hire a ton of people. Don't get a big office space. I got a 30,000 square foot office space. I hired 100 people. I had no sales. I had no list. All I cared about was PR. This amazing entrepreneur launched another amazing company and he's the smartest person in the world. This was shit for like my ego. And I didn't listen to anyone. I was uncoachable. I wasn't trying to learn, why is my company not growing? Why am I failing? Why am I not doing this? And then I got my ass kicked, lost $4 million, 4 years of my life, went bankrupt, 100K in debt, had to shut that company down, then had to move into my girlfriend's parents' house with $14 in my bank account. And that's where I learned the lesson of you have to be coachable.
Yeah.
Like the two reasons why that second company failed. One, I didn't have the sales list, which is why I started my company now. And then I wasn't coachable. The third principle or habit or belief, like if I could distill this book down into the four biggest game changers, is hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Hustle beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You have to put in an insane amount of work. You have to over project the amount of time, effort, money, capital, hard work, hours, failure that it will take to be successful.
Right.
So many people think like, okay, I'm going to leave my job, make it 100K. I'm going to start my own company and I'll become a millionaire in 3 months. It's like, okay, if you're making 100K, you leave your job to start a company, you will probably not make 100K for 4 years straight. And for the first 2 years, you're not going to make a dime.
Wow.
That way, like if you think that way, then you never underestimate why all these companies fail, all these entrepreneurs fail, salespeople, marketers, they all quit and fail because they underestimate the amount of hard work, time, money, energy it will take to be successful. So you got to work hard. And this is why I love Elon Musk, because I work 7 days a week. I love what I do. So for me, I'd rather be working than doing anything else. Now, of course, I take breaks to hang out with friends and go to dinner with the wife and do all this jazz, but I'm obsessed with my goals and my mission, and I work all in, all out, 7 days a week to make them happen. Yeah. And you just got to work hard. The last one is whatever it takes. So I sum up my fourth principle, my fourth habit, the 100+ secrets that are shared in this book. You got to be willing to do whatever it takes. Right. If I got to clean the toilet as the chief janitorial officer at the office, I'm going to do it. If I got to pick up trash, I'm going to do it. If I got to make sales calls, but I'm in product marketing or I'm an engineer, I'm going to do it. If I got to learn how to code and I got to go program the software that I need to build, I'm going to do it. If I need to jump on a podcast with Carol, I'm going to do it. If I got to do this, I got to do that. Like whatever it takes to go from where you're at today to where you need to go in the future. It's all about WIT, whatever it takes. Just go do it. Go learn it. Go execute it. Go do it. No complaints. Be positive. Be coachable. Be hardworking, and do whatever it takes, and you'll get there. And
that's a mindset that we can adopt, whatever it takes, and carry that around with us.
It's totally learnable. Yeah. Like I was never positive. I was never coachable. I was always hardworking. And I didn't always do whatever it takes.
Yeah, I recently went through a program at a local gym. It was just a hole in the wall gym, private. I had 4 different trainers that I worked with, and I knew it was a 3-month program. But like you said, I had this expectation in my head that I was going to come out after 3 months looking like one of those bodybuilders. And it's like, I realized all the work that it takes and learned a ton of stuff. And now the real work begins because I don't have that access anymore, so now it's all on me. I have to keep working out, keep eating.
Hold yourself accountable and put in the diet every day, put in the exercise every day, you name it.
Yep. And somebody said to me the other day, and I wish I would have responded in a different way. She said, I want to be like you. And I was just, it came to me later. It was after, I was in one of the chapters of your book, and I thought, well, I should have asked her, well, are you willing to do what I do to get to where I'm at?
Yeah. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to
Right.
get to where I've been and where I'm going? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's tough. Like people always underestimate the amount of work, the amount of dedication, everything.
Do you have a certain mindset when it comes to money?
Yeah. So yes, totally. And it goes against like what everyone believes or says. I believe your greatest investment in the world is going to be on yourself. So like my whole life, I've taken all my money and I just keep investing it in myself, self-development, self-growth. I buy the technologies I need to be successful at my job. And I buy the courses, I buy the books, I buy the coaches, I spend 25 to 100K per mastermind that I join. So I'm investing all this money into into myself, into my company, into my people, you name it, because I know every dollar I'll probably make $10 to $100 per dollar I invest. So if I invest, I just was recently part of a 3-day 25K mastermind. I know everything that I learned there applied over my lifetime, it will probably make me 100 million. And I don't know the multiple on that because I'm not that great at math, but the multiple on that's just insane.
Wow. Yeah, I think that when it comes to the whole coaching world and masterminds and stuff, there's so many people out there that have not come to that point to understand how to develop themselves. That's, as a coach, that's my whole business is coaching, and people don't know how to really invest in themselves. So, thank you for
advice there. Like you want to share what's worked for me to figure that out?
Sure.
So I don't think I ever knew it until I was 24, 25. And what it was I realized that anything you want to learn, other people have learned and done.
Right.
Like there's nothing in this world. If you want to build a rocket ship, you could study Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, NASA. There's probably 100 books on how to build a rocket ship that you could study. I just never realized, okay, all the experts have the cheat codes. I just have to buy their books and do what they say. I just have to study them and do what they say. I have to follow them and do what they say. Right. I wasted so much time, years, like decade, trying to figure it out on my own when there's people who have achieved massive success that literally write books, write blogs, do podcasts, have courses, share this stuff with you.
Yeah.
And I wish someone would have said, Brandon, anything you ever want to do, go find the people that have done it, buy their books, read their books, execute the stuff that they say in the books.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about that in Whatever It Takes, right? But it's pretty simple. If you improve, this is why compounding interest in self-development is so critical. Stock market. Like I run a company right now worth over 500 million. I'm going to take this company to IPO. It will probably be worth 10 billion or more, and I'll be a billionaire in a year or two. like literally. But the secret to that was just improving at least 1% a day, every day. Because if I invested in learning, doing, improving every day, getting the tools and technologies like the Seamlesses, buying the books, like whatever it takes, you name it, listen to the podcast, like your old podcast, you name it, you improve 1% a day, 365 days, you improve 37x over the year. So let's just say you make 100K. You improve 1% a day, 365 days, that's $3.7 million for the year that you would be making. The problem is people think 1% a day is not good enough.
Well,
So then they'll.
Can you give an example of what that 1% looks like? Like, what is something that you do to improve yourself every day?
Oh gosh, every day. So I wake up at 4:45 every day. I read a book. So now I've gotten my speed reading down to a book in roughly 30 minutes. I can read a full book.
Wow.
Probably like 220, 250 pages in 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the content. So every morning, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., I read a book on the biggest problem I'm trying to solve. So I don't believe in reading dumb shit. And my definition of dumb shit is something that I cannot apply within the next 30 days to accomplish my goals and dreams.
Right.
So like my goal is to get Seamless AI to IPO. But if I'm reading about options trading in the stock market, or I'm reading about how to build a rocket ship,
yep,
I will never act on options trading and be good at it. I will never build a rocket ship. It's just, I'm wasting time reading stuff that isn't applicable to getting me to accomplish my goals right away.
Yeah.
And this is something that I coached one of my guys, Phil. He's awesome. He's big into self-development. But the biggest thing that I coached him on, which I tell him all the time, was he was reading stuff about random shit.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, you want to be the best designer in the world? Read 100 books on becoming the best designer in the world. Don't read about this success guy, this person that built Walmart. Like, you're not going to build Walmart.
Yes.
So don't study Sam Walton. Look, study design. Who are the greatest designers in the world? Study Apple, Steve Jobs. Study these people that are changing the world with design. And then that will apply and take you to the next level and the next level and the next level. So I'm big on like 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. I read. And then obviously being an author and writer, like with these different books, Sales Secrets, whatever it takes, 7-figure social selling. And we're the inventors of SalesFlix, or online sales training platform. I write every day from 6 to 7 a.m.
Nice.
I'll probably write, it just depends on the day. It could be anywhere from 5 pages to 20 pages to 25 pages. Like, just depends on the zone and what I'm thinking about. And then after that, I work out for an hour and 20 minutes.
Nice.
And then when I'm working out, I'm probably studying more. And then after that, I'm in back-to-back calls pretty much all day, working in the business. And then in the evening from like 5 to 6, because now we work from home, I'm trying to do something active again to get out of the house, to take a mental break, running, biking, whatever, outside. Everything from 4:45 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm inside. 5 to 6 p.m. I want to be outside. And then 6 to 7, I'm working on what's the next biggest problem. 7 to 8, what's the next biggest problem? So I try to like problem solve like a doctor and patient, like, hey, where are you sick? How do I solve it? Where are you sick? How do I solve it? But I try to be that doctor with our company.
Yeah. So you've got your structure set up, you've got your day all set, and you've also got.
It's boring, by the way.
Boring?
Like, it's boring as hell. Same with the diet. You know, I weigh myself every day. I pretty much eat the same shit every day, although I love sweets and I keep eating too much sweets. And then I'm very bad at going out to eat with like coworkers, and I'll eat like, if they order all these appetizers, I'll have a few bites of the fries. I'll have the chocolate cake for the birthday girl. Hannah just had her birthday, one of our recruiters, and I'm like, damn it, I'm cheating. But like, if you want to get in the best shape, Carol probably knows this. Like, you got to eat like the same thing, the same stuff. Not eat the same bad stuff every single day. It is so boring. Success is boring. But if you can be consistent Like you have to love consistency over the boringness of becoming a success.
Yeah.
So now you, instead of it being like, oh my God, I don't want to run outside for an hour. I'm like yesterday, I biked 10 miles. It took about 40 minutes. I'm trying to, so I know Zac Efron, he biked 25 miles a day training for Baywatch with The Rock, because the guys that trained those two, the coach Patrick trains me now. He's like, this is their diet. This is how much cardio they did. And it's terrible. I can't even do it yet, right? Yeah. But like, you just got to figure out what do you need to do to get to where you want to go daily. It's boring, but don't worry about it being boring. Get obsessed with the consistency and the check marks of doing it daily, no matter what, and having those streaks.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of like not worth that backsliding because I worked my ass off up to this point. And honestly, to be quite vulnerable, I had a meltdown when the program ended because I missed the mark by 1% of what my coach wanted me to do. And I know where I failed. I didn't drink enough water. I didn't get the 6 days of cardio in. So I know, and so I'm kicking.
Like that's a lot of cardio too, right? Like they probably, what do they want you to have, a gallon of water? How much?
Oh, well, more than half of your weight in ounces. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Cause I'm doing I'm supposed to at a minimum have like 3 or 4 of these 32-ounce bottles. And like these bottles are huge. Like this is like 2 handful bottles.
Right.
It's boring to drink 3 or 4 of these a day, right? So what'd you do to bounce back from that meltdown?
So I basically just started working out on my own and thought, okay, well, the reality is that this journey is not over. Because I set out to lose 20 pounds and I've got 7 more to go. And I'm starting to see, some really great progress and stuff. So, it's about keeping at it,
That's awesome.
So,
I love that. Huge congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah. And that's the start, right? Like you got to be happy with the journey. This is another secret. I talk about whatever it takes. Be happy, because one of the mistakes that I made was I was never happy. So I would always accomplish the goal, and then I would move the goal right away. And so I was never happy because I was always chasing this goal. And then I move the goal and I'm not happy. And I move the goal and I'm not, oh, my company's worth 10 million. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm at $0 with my company, Seamless.ai. I got to get to $1 million. And I'm not going to be happy until I get to $1 million.
Yes.
Then I get to $1 million in sales. I'm like, but now it's 10 million and I'm not going to be happy until I get to 10 million. That's 100 million in valuation. I'm not going to be happy until I get to 100 million. Then it's $1 billion in an IPO. So I keep moving the pedestal, the goalposts, and you just got to realize it's about being happy with the journey, but never satisfied because you know that you could accomplish more.
Yeah.
I think it's just changing your mindset there.
Something that I've heard most of my life is, oh, she's got potential. Or even guys that I would date before when I was single, they were like, yeah, you've got a lot of potential. Like you're the whole dog and pony show. I don't know. The whole package, for lack of better words. So what would you say about maximizing your potential? And do you feel like you ever reach it?
I think everyone has potential. The whole, anyone in this world has potential. It doesn't matter, where you grew up in, what your situation was. Dude, my mom worked at a bank, no college degree. I'm pretty sure she went through high school. I think she whatever you call it, passed or way. I don't know what they call it. Graduated high school. My dad, same thing, graduated high school, no college degree. He did construction. My mom worked at a bank as a teller. These are very blue collar, hourly wage. We lived on East 4th in Cleveland, the ghetto. I went to a babysitter when my mom would work at the bank that had 30 or 50 kids. And then we would walk to the food stamp place and get a sandwich and a milk carton in the ghetto with food stamps to eat lunch. At that time, I didn't realize how poor we were. I didn't realize how bad things were, and then growing up, my clothes were always from garage sales. We always ate food out of a can. It was shitty. I didn't have, you could look at that situation and be like, oh, I have no potential, but like in me, I had so much potential. I just needed to figure out what do I need to do to improve and get out of this environment that I'm in. And then you just got to learn and work hard. Everyone has potential, but you got to work hard and you got to do whatever it takes to get out of the current situation you're in.
Right. All right. Is there any last words that you'd like for the audience to hear about?
I would just say, if there's one thing to take away, set a massive goal, whatever it is. Like, I believe in goal setting. You should have your professional goals, your personal goals, your health goals, your relationship goals, and your mental goals. The 5 pillars to success. Set a lot of massive goals there. Do whatever it takes from wherever you're at with each of those 5 pillars. Where are you at today? Where are your goals for those things? And do whatever it takes from now until you accomplish those to go make it happen, because you've got so much potential. You could accomplish anything in this world. I am no smarter. I am no better. I am no richer than anyone. And same with all the billionaires out there, the millionaires out there, the people making 6 figures. Like, if you're at 4 figures, you want to go to 5 figures, you can do it. If you're at 5 figures, you want to make 6 figures, you can do it. If you're at 6 figures, you want to go to 7 to 8, 8 to 9 figures in sales and revenue and income, you could do it.
Yes.
Are you willing to do whatever it takes to put in the work and go make it happen? And if I can do it, you can do it. So go make it happen and pick up whatever it takes on Amazon right now. #1 global bestseller. Hopefully this book will teach you the secrets to do it faster.
Awesome. I'm definitely going to get a couple copies, and that's going to be some Christmas gifts this year. So I just want to thank you so much for your time and for giving us all of that great wisdom. And I wish you the best in all of your goals and getting all of that accomplished.
Awesome. Thank you, Carol. And audience, would love to connect with all of you. Your success is my success. Connect with me on LinkedIn and on YouTube, Brandon Bornancin. You could also search Brandon Seamless.ai. I'll show up. Awesome, everyone. Well, thanks again so much and really appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.